Modern machines have fancy interfaces with buttons, images, and animation. However, these interfaces take time to make, so many of the most powerful tools on your computer have a very simple interface: text. We're going to be using the terminal for all our work. The terminal is just another way to tell your computer to do stuff, but instead of clicking on things and tapping on things, you whisper beautiful incantations to it. There's actually 3 versions of this video. This version is if you're using the browser development environment on my website. If you're doing this on your own computer on macOS or Windows, find the relevant video in the description. When you open the AWS environment, you should already have a terminal open at the bottom part here. If you don't, you can just click this plus button and select New Terminal. The terminal looks a bit intimidating at first, but actually works in a very simple way. You type a line of text and hit enter. The computer does stuff, maybe prints out some text that you can read, and then starts waiting for you to enter another command. For example, I can type echo hello, hit enter, and it'll spit out hello. If I write echo I love programming, the terminal will echo back I love programming. I can type clear and hit enter to clear the terminal. And I can type date to see the date and time. The terminal is like a file browser, where you're actually sitting in a particular directory. In the browser dev environment, it starts in this environment folder. If you type ls, which means list, it'll print out what's in the directory. You can see that the same files in the sidebar are listed in the terminal. If I want to explore a different directory, I type cd for change directory with the name of the directory, in this case documents. After hitting enter, it'll move into the directory. Typing ls reveals the contents of my documents directory. In the terminal, typing 2 periods or ... refers to the directory that contains this one. So since documents is in the environment directory, typing cd ... brings me back to the environment directory. Let's create a new directory for our programs. I can use make dir, which stands for make directory, to create a new directory called projects. You can see the new directory shows up here. File and directory names are case sensitive, which means that since I created the projects directory all lowercase, I need to always type it that way. If I try to type cd projects with capital P, it complains that it can't find the directory. I need to type cd projects with a lowercase p. Let's also create a folder called first program. We're using an underscore instead of a space. I'd avoid using spaces in file and directory names until you're more familiar with the terminal. After we change into the directory, we're ready to create our first program. Play around with the terminal to get comfortable with the basics. You can see a list of the common commands we'll need at codeaesthetic.io/malloc/terminal. And I have some specific experiments on my site as well.
1, 2, 3.